I just want to call Brother Zia to the front. Is he here?
Downstairs.
Is he downstairs? Okay. We'll get him to the front because I just want to say, mashallah, he is a blessed guy because I think it was in Ramadan when he first contacted me and told me about this event, and I straight away said, yeah, I'm definitely getting part of this. And since then, all I see him every day on Facebook, on Twitter, text messaging, flying around Sheffield, putting flyers everywhere, just trying to get everybody together to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul. And I think he is definitely a beautiful role model in our community that we have. And may Allah bless him and his family for all their efforts. Because this is what Islam's all about. It's about bringing people together, and it's about connecting with one another. Going back to myself, I honestly never thought that I'd be stood here in the masjid in front of people, because my ambition in life was to become a music producer and move away to maybe Bollywood or God knows where, Ibiza, I don't know. But it's just amazing how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala works. And there's many youngsters here that may have these ambitions in life to become a rock star or a film actor or whatever. The thing I can say to you guys is, think about it, because life is too short. When you get involved in these circles, you will find that people are very depressed. I mean, just to give you a few examples, everyone knows who Michael Jackson was. This guy had everything. He had all the fame, the money, everything you can think of, but yeah, he wasn't happy with himself. The guy had to change his colour of his skin, everything. And that's just one example of that lavish lifestyle that these guys are living. And another man comes to my mind, Tupac. The guy had all the money and everything, but yet he got shot when time came for death. He didn't die peacefully. One of his right-hand men came to Sheffield a good few years ago, Napoleon. I'm not sure if any of you attended. Put your hands up if you came to that event, the Napoleon event. A few brothers back there, yeah. I mean, that brother, when he came, everybody thought he was going to entertain us with some stories about him and Tupac, how they used to go and roll. But subhanAllah, I was amazed myself, because he came and he put us all to shame. He said to us, he said, who are the real gangsters? Because we told him, we said, we've got a lot of gangsters in Sheffield, we've got a lot of crime, there's a lot of things going on. But we had all the G's in that night, but not even one of them was man enough to stand up and say to him, I'm a G. Because, to be honest with you, in Sheffield, I've never seen a real gangster. They're all wannabes. They're all either sat in William Hill bookies or stood on Bridge Roll. And is this the lifestyle of a G? It's embarrassing. Honestly, I feel ashamed as a Muslim, because when I drive through Crosspool and all these areas, you don't see people stood around. Everybody's getting on with their life, and they're studying and striving to do good. But why is it that when we come into our Muslim communities, we find that we see guys just running around thinking they've made it just by watching a few videos on MTV or whatever? But the reality is this, bro, you're just chasing the dunya. It's like a rat race, and it's never going to end. And you'll never be happy with what you'll get, because it's like, you get one mobile phone, an iPhone 4, and then you want the 5, and then you want the 5S. It's just, when is it going to end? It never ends, because this is the deception of shaitan. This is what he wants us to do. He wants us to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He wants to deviate and just carry on with this lifestyle. But inshallah, I'm going to move on to another nasheed. This one was my first nasheed I actually wrote. As I said, I've gone through quite a lot in my life. I'm sure many of you can relate. So I was kind of sat down one night, and I was just like, this melody came to my head, and I thought, I can write some lyrics here, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one we turn to. And of course, sometimes we are very blind, we don't see his signs. So inshallah, I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. Emptiness in my heart has swept me away. For so long, oh Allah, I've been lost astray. Though you gave me sight, I was so blind. I couldn't see the signs that you sent to me. I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. Though you gave me strength, I felt so weak. Though you gave me hope, I could not see. Life is passing me by, and the day is near. I turn to you, oh my Lord, with all my fears. I turn to you, you are my guide. I'm in despair, in you I confide. I'm calling you, Ya Rabbana. I'm calling you. Jazakallah. Of course, it's Allah that we call, and this is the inspiration that I got. I mean, I'm not sure, maybe there's some guy sat here that can write lyrics. I don't know, but if you can, what I will say to you guys is, in your spare time, just sit down, get a pen and paper out and start to write some tunes, because wallahi, this track that I actually wrote, I wrote it in my own house, in my living room, and people all around the world, honestly, on my Facebook, I get messages from like Indonesia, Malaysia. I've been to South Africa, performed in USA, and wallahi, I cannot believe that that song that I actually wrote, people are listening to it and singing it across the world. It's just unbelievable. But it just shows how media is very powerful, and one message like that can go so far. I'm just going to try raising this microphone a little bit. Okay, inshallah. It's just amazing how a message, 3 minutes or maybe 4 minutes in a track can actually reach somebody and influence their lives, because I get all types of emails, people saying that I lost a brother, I lost a sister, and I was feeling a bit low, and I was listening to your machines, and it really helped me. And alhamdulillah, for me, this is the main objective of doing what I'm doing. And I can't, no other happiness can replace that, nothing in this world. No, you know, I can buy the most expensive car, but I don't think that's going to give me the inner peace that one person gives me when they tell me that they heard this and it made a difference. And similarly, when we look at the other side, when we look at the Bangla artists, like, I don't want to mention any names, I don't want to offend the guys, but you know what I'm talking about. They've got lyrics like Brekalaya, Chikankadaya, and all this kind of stuff. It doesn't really make sense, but our youth are listening to this. And that's what upsets me, because I think the guys are just chatting it, but yet we've got youngsters that are actually following this. So obviously when you listen to Breka and Chika, that's what you're going to do. And that's what's going to end up, because many brothers are in, like, there's one brother that's been in hospital because on Eid day he was doing donuts and the car lost it, and he completely, you know, he ended up in hospital. So I called him and I said, look guy, you know, you need to really look at your life and change. And he said, you know what, you're right, because for too long I've just been messing about. But you know, this is a lesson that we learn. You know, my lesson in my life was when my sister passed away. But really, as Muslims, we shouldn't be waiting for these calamities to hit us and we're going to change. We should be changing because we know this is the truth. You know, many books have come, the Torah, the Bible, and we know these books have been changed so many times. But alhamdulillah, we're so blessed to have a book, the Quran, that's never been tampered. And I'm sure in this room that we have many Hafiz of Quran, at least 5 or 10, that can recite the Quran in seconds. And this is a beautiful thing. You know, it's only because it's the haqq, it's the truth. You know, so I'm one of the guys, I always look at nature, and I like to question and ponder on things. And I think maybe this is one of the reasons when I came close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is because I had to sacrifice what I had. And it wasn't easy, because I had so many things going on in my life. But I thought, if I'm not going to sacrifice this, it's never going to happen. So, you know, guys, you may have certain friends in your life that are kind of like taking you away from Deen, or you might have, I don't know, I mean, honestly, I even went as far as changing my mobile number. And this next track that I'm going to perform, I actually did a video for this. I'm not sure many of you may have seen this, Airport. And in this video, there's a young man who's actually running away from his friends, and he gets his mobile phone and he smashes it in the video, and all these kind of things happen. But this inspiration came from my life. Not many people will know that, but you know, like I said, inspiration comes from Allah. But when you live the life yourself, you know, you can actually put it into emotion, into a picture, and other people can actually see this and get inspiration from it. So inshallah, I want you to all think about the moon, the stars, the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how beautiful it is and how it works in harmony. You know, like the sunrise and the sunset. You know, I've got a lot of English friends and I speak to them and I try to give them da'wah. I always try like, I don't just say, you know, Islam's the truth and you got to accept it. No, you got to like speak to them and say to them, look at the moon, look at the stars, these things, how do they come into existence? You know, subhanAllah, how did Allah form the clouds? He mentions in the Quran how the clouds are there and they give us water and give us life to plants and animals, and it's just so amazing, you know, it's just so amazing. Inshallah, I'm going to perform this next track. I know there's many uncles here as well, so if I don't do anything Urdu, they might get the chappal outside. I hope not, inshallah. But inshallah, I hope you enjoy, inshallah. जिसने की जो सतजू मिल गया उसको तू सबका तू रहनुमा ऐ खुदा जिसने की जो सतजू मिल गया उसको तू सबका तू रहनुमा ऐ खुदा ये ज़मीं ये फलक इनसे आके तलक जितनी दुनिया है सब में तेरी झलक ये ज़मीं ये फलक इनसे आके तलक जितनी दुनिया है सब में तेरी झलक ऐ खुदा जिसने की जो सतजू मिल गया उसको तू सबका तू रहनुमा ऐ खुदा हर सहर फूटती है नए रंग से सब्ज़ाओं फूल खिले सीनाए संग से हर सहर